do too many things. And that means I screw up half of them anyway, even if I am paying attention. But let me get all these 10 new grants I got in here. And actually, the best part of these, tell you the truth, is the last one here that I have. It's after all the 10 grants, and it shows you about our workshop on Sunday nights. We have a workshop on Sunday nights that Megan runs, and she's a member and knows this stuff real good about helping you fix your credit. And somebody emailed me, a member of that workshop, that they increased their credit score by 40% just in a few weeks doing what she was saying. And so that's what you want to do. You want to, because otherwise you're going to go on to internet and you're going to go to Google and you're going to search there and you're going to get all these people that want to take your money. You know, because that's what Google's about. It's about that's why it's so popular. Everybody's trying to make money off of that. And the way you make money is that you convince people that you have the only answer, and that's not true. And that's the problem is, I mean, that's fine if you have money to spend. But if you don't have money to spend and you still have the problem, a credit debt problem or credit card problem, then you don't have to do that. And some people say it doesn't cost you anything, but they're going to get paid. So that means they're going to get part of the money that you use to do something. They have a deal with the credit card company where they get money. So you can get a better deal without them and otherwise to do a nice haircut. You know, I do this myself ever since the pandemic. I just started doing it myself. It's crazy. In less than 5 minutes, I'm done. I just take a shaver and do the sides all the way around. And then I do this with the razor that they trim beards with, part of the razor. And I got it done. And it's so much easier than spending an hour and a half or whatever to go back and forth. It's like going to the dentist to me. And I hate doing that. So the free services, and that's what we're about here at Let's Go Help, is show you about the free alternatives. And only the free alternatives. Every link you get from us, like I just put up the 10 new links that I have talking about today, and they're all there in the chat for you to do. And if you're a member, if you're not a member and you're watching this on YouTube, then I'm going to put them in the description on YouTube after I finish. And if you're watching this on Instagram or TikTok, go over to YouTube and see, find this this video there, and they're in the description there, because I can't really know how to get it from oh God, someone just trying to sell me some. Sell. But you have to, really, if you want to get in business, you have to. And I see it not as selling, as education. And they're growing up in college. I was in business school, and I was like, well, boy, I could never be a salesman. You know, because sales to me was always selling something, you know, you sort of, but it never was from the heart. You know, you're always trying to figure out ways to push people's buttons to give you money. You know, and you say almost anything to get the job done, and you don't have the customer's heart and mind. You think you do, but it's too hard not to be motivated by food. You got to feed yourself first, and that's why what I do, particularly for people that don't have a lot of money to solve problems, you know, is not to do these people where they're trying to sell you the answer to your problem, because what you're doing is solving their problem, not your problem. Okay, and the likelihood that it'll solve your problem is pretty low. Sometimes it happens, but most times it won't. And that's what we do, is show you only the free sources that help you solve your problem. And that's not just a sliver of society. That's more than a third. So it's about 35% of everything in our economy is either government or nonprofit organizations. So that's a lot, you know. And they're the people that are there to help people who don't have money. And it's nice because that's a community. We We want to help people, right? It'd be nice if we all could help ourselves, but sometimes we can't. And there's things that happen externally that we can't. We have a disaster or whatever, you know, you're going to blame God and get a check from God. Well, I don't think they have an account anywhere. And so you have to get by because we live in capitalism and people want their money. But there's a nice part of America that doesn't rely on getting money from people. It does, but it gets money people who want to help other people. And that's a large portion of our society. There are people who want to help other people. And if you belong to Let's Go Help, that to me is our main objective, is every member helps other members. And that's what we do, is help other people, because the other members, because and mainly I think that's the best, because it gives the person giving a present too. I mean, the nicest thing in the world is to give, and that feels so good. And so if you give to somebody, you're feeling, you know, you're doing your heart, you're giving your heart a hug. If nobody's giving it to you, you're giving a hug to somebody else, and that gives you a hug back, and that grows your heart. Maybe, you know, I didn't believe that years and years ago, but now at 81, that's the only thing I see. That's the only thing I can grow anymore. I mean, I can't get faster, I can't get smarter, I can't get stronger, but I could love harder. And so if you join Let's Go Help, all I'm worried about is your kindness, and that you're helping other people too. You have to help yourself first, yes, and do that first. But be open-minded, be polite, be nice, treat everybody like you want to be treated. And it's simple. And no mean people allowed. and that's really true. There's too many places you could blow off steam. But you know, we don't want your money if you're here to be mean. I'll be happy to give you back every penny you've ever given us, because that's just not worth how I want to be around people. I mean, now the people I'm around are just the warmest, nicest people. You go to our workshops. I mean, and they're run by members that are helping other people, and how grateful they are to even do what they're doing for other people. So and that comes across in their kindness and generosity. Now, we can't solve every problem, and you know that, everybody knows that, but we can make it better and soothe it and help you find a way for you to solve your problem, and that's what it is. We're not magic. We don't write checks to actually we do. Every month we write about $70,000 worth of checks to members, because that's the profit that you give us, and so we give that back to you, because you know, you're living close to the belt and need that more than we. But first we feed ourselves, so we take our salaries and things like that first, and then we give the rest to the members. And what's happening with that is that's becoming a part of the organization that's requires so much management. I want to help people find sources of government information, you know, so they could get money from the government to solve their problems, or to you know, grow. And that's what it is. You want to grow yourself. We're all here to grow. We're organic, like a flower. You're going to wither on the vine and turn brown and not be of any value, or do you want to keep growing? And you could grow from the inside out. And not just in the belly, but in the heart. You could keep growing your heart forever, and that's what we're trying to do, and leave that feeling with other people that we have a lot to give each other, and kindness is the most important gift you have. Tanya, speak to Tammy Larson. She could better help. Okay, Jose, good. Sarah, God can only bless you through other people. Right. Nancy, Yeah, you want to be a navigator, let us know, Sarah, Nancy, if you've gotten some money in the past from these services, or not me particularly, or anywhere that you were able to find grant money in some way, then let Tammy know so you can be one of our navigators that helps other people. I'm surprised at how many new members we have, and we're still growing. I can't believe it, and it's attention. We all need just a hug, a little pointing, and hey, did you think about this? Think about that, and that's it. Nobody has a perfect answer to anything, but it's a possibility, and what your job is to find possibilities, not the perfect answer, but a possibility. Okay, and that's important. Let me go through this list I have up here. Oh, where did that list go? Where did that list go? Okay, in the chat, I put that list in the chat there, and it'll be in YouTube after I finish this. But here, I'm just amazing. The U.S. Department of Agriculture is giving money to entrepreneurs in small towns that were denied money, that they applied for a grant and didn't get it. And so what they're doing is they're giving you $5,000 as a consolation prize. Actually, what happened, they realized, looking at the data, they were discriminating against certain groups of people. So they're going back to I don't know, 5-10 years or something like that, that you ever applied and were refused to get money to start a business in a small town, that they're going to give you $5,000. Well, actually, it runs from like $3,500 to $6,000, but the average is like $5,000. That's amazing. I mean, that's why you think Chase would ever do that? One of the bankers. God, you kidding me? See, this is what I mean about community. They worry about other people. They're not just working to try to get every single penny they can to give their investors. No, they're trying to get to help other people. And admit where they're wrong and try to make amends. Okay, here's another one. There's a lot of home repair money through FEMA, FEMA.gov, but you have to be declared a disaster area. And there's like, I don't know, 30, 40 of these disaster areas in the country. So you go to FEMA.gov and find out if you're a disaster area, then what you can get is like home repair money up to $40,000, $42,500, I think, money to live on while you're unemployed now because of that, money to fix up your car, living expenses, all kinds of stuff, you know, because you're trapped in this thing. I know that's how I learned about government programs. My father's business, he had a little factory, it was hit by a flood, and they were out for months and months, but boy, the government came and gave them a place to live, and it was amazing. It was actually a trailer on a golf course. He was a pig in shit, though. He's a golfer. So that was wonderful. Okay, but now there's also state grants have that too. Every state has a whole bunch of programs for home repair. New York just started a new one for $50,000 for home repair because of weather damage. Okay, now the things I mentioned may or may not be where you live. You have to find that out. I'm mentioning these because that's a sample of the kinds of things that are out there. You have to roll up your sleeves and find them, and that's what we do. We point you to where they're most likely to be. Okay, now there's some general sources, a place to start. Now for home repair, I would go to findhelp.org and then put in your zip code. Now everything in findhelp.org is only government offices or nonprofit organizations that give you either free money or free help in some ways. And you put in home repair there, and you'll get 20, 30, 40 organizations. And when you get that, you have to start calling each one of them. You just don't look at one or two and call and say, oh, no, you make too much money. Oh, no, it's not for you, it's for people, you know, shorter than you. Or, I mean, everybody has a reason they're going after stuff. You just have to keep going. And when they say no, what you have to do is ask them, well, where else do you suggest? Because they're your best possibility of of getting the help you need if you ask the people who are in the business to help people like you that get that kind of help. So if they're getting people for help for home repair for maybe veterans, they'll know about other programs. Oh yeah, because they're in that business. They'll know about it. So that's home repair. Local job services. The government has one of the best job placement people in the country that very few people use. It's called careeronestop.org. Careeronestop.org. Not only help you get a job, but they also help you with job search. They help you with resume. They help you with interview assistance and connection to local job opportunities, because businesses come to them and say, hey, we're looking for this kind of stuff. And they also have grants to help you train for a better job. And particularly if you don't have a college degree, man, they'll put a lot of money into you so you can get the skills, and not a college degree, but maybe 3 months or a year or something of training that get paid for the training to get a job that will lead to $100,000. So how do you find those? Well, actually what they're doing now is the link I have here in Carroll County, Maryland. They're at the libraries. So they have people at the libraries to help. And that's interesting. But if they're not in your area, you want to go to careeronestop.org, put in your zip code, and put in jobs, okay? Now here's an interesting thing in Indiana. They have new money for utility payments. People are behind in their utility payments. And listen to the income level. You can't get this grant if you make over $93,000 a year. $93,000 a year. I mean, members come up and say, oh, I tried, and they said I make too much money. Well, you make more than $93,000 a year? See, if they said that you make too much money, you have to go somewhere else. For utilities like that, okay, if you go, again, if you're not a member, then go to findhelp.org, put in your zip code and utilities, and you'll find 100 programs that are helping people for utility. It's your obligation to start contacting each one of those, and the way to do it is with the phone. Also, there's a story here about a government office in Florida that 700,000 people got their calls blocked. In other words, when they got on the phone to try to get help from the government, and this is the Office of Families and Children, there was a recording saying, all agents are busy at this time, and please call later. Okay. Now that's the bureaucracy. That's going to happen. That's what life is about. People are not on your time, they're on their own time. And these are big bureaucracies. You're not going to change them. I mean, you do that through the legislative system, and you go out and get the right people that will change this. But the government there now is there now. So if you want to use it, you have to use what's there now and be ready for that kind of stuff. So it's going to take you longer, okay? But if someone's going to give you, $5,000 to pay your old utility bills, who cares how long it takes, That's what it is. You have another place to do it easier? Fine, you better go do it. That's it. Here's another thing people don't realize. From your congressman, give you a grant for $9,000. Now here's the way they do it. They call it earmarks. Earmarks is when the Congress could put in the budget a grant for somebody in your neighborhood. But it usually has to be a nonprofit. So nonprofits go to the Congress, and you can start a nonprofit and go to your Congress, hey, I need $100,000 to do this to help people in my community. And if they like it or something, they'll put it in the budget and you get the $100,000. Now what's good about this, and the links I have here, shows you what you need to do to get an earmark, and also a sample of the earmarks. So you could go to your congressman and senator if you don't want to get an earmark, you want to know who got earmarks, because they have money. And it's usually, these people that get earmarks are for people that help with living expenses. So it's like maybe the Salvation Army got $200,000 to help people with utility bills or pay back rent. Oh, hey, they just got more money. And you go knock on their door for that money. Or if you want to help people in the neighborhood, maybe you want to help people maybe fearing homeless or something, then you work with somebody else who's already a nonprofit, but you call your congressman or your senator and say, hey, what's the process? How should I do this and what to do? And they have, it's all set up, and they'll send you a form to read that, and then you read that, and then you call them back and ask a whole bunch of dumb questions, okay? Earmarks, look at those links. Every county can give you $50,000 block grant for money to do anything to help your community. Block grants are big packs of money that the federal government gives out to every county to spend on how they think that people will do it. A lot of it is nonprofit, but it's also for-profit. So you want to know what kind of problems that you could work on in your county to get that kind of money to help people. And it's every money, and everybody has access to it. But you have to learn the system. If you're not willing to learn the system, then you probably won't get it. Because nobody's going to come to your door, knock on the door with pieces of paper. Just sign here, we'll send you the $50,000. Nah, maybe, and actually if that happens, call me. I'll put you in one of my infomercials. They're the people I used to put in my infomercials. Oh, here's another, in $1,000 in Garrett County. This is a county where I live in Maryland. They have $1,000 small business marketing grants. Marketing grants for small business. Yeah, recommend. So you go to sba.com/local assistance, and you make appointments with at least 3, 4, 5 different small business counselors to see what they could do. They're all free, but everybody has different ideas. Everybody has different sources and things like that. So you want to know you got everything. It's sort of like going to a doctor and oh yeah, we better cut off that leg. Well, no, I want to talk to a few other doctors. They may be getting a percentage. Yeah. And USDA has another big program on small businesses that want to convert to clean energy. If you go to rd.usda.gov and look for convert to clean energy, there's so much money for that. Yeah, and don't forget Megan. I told you about what Megan does on Sunday night and 9:30 every Sunday. She helps people with credit card problems, okay? So sign up for her workshop, I'm sorry. And we have workshops every day. I mean, today we probably have 2 or 3 hours. So, well, actually, you just missed. I was going to go on live a couple hours ago, but Tula was there. Yeah, I'll let her. I mean, they're more important than me. Talking to Tula is much better than talking to me because, I've been saying this 50 years. Tula gets, is just like you and started learning this stuff and is excited about it. Jemsheed, what is your question? I have a question regarding my scam. If I complain to, well, you have to complain. Did you complain yet to the Attorney General? No, yeah, I remember yesterday we talked about it. Yeah, I think you complained to the police, and they're not going to do a whole lot because a lot of these organizations, what they do is they just want to get that information to see where it is because they can't solve every problem and they want to see the big ones. But the Attorney General finds individual, and that's what they do. And so they'll direct you better. Does that answer it? I don't know what else you got there. Did you call them? You call. See, they're going to know better than me. I'm guessing what they do. It's not a bad guess because for 50 years I've been talking to people like that. But I don't know for sure. The only people know for sure are the people, and you have to call the people. Okay, does that make sense? You call the people who are helping or giving out the money. They're the people. Let's see, I have an appointment. I got to run out. Please answer my question. Thanks. The question regarding my scam. What is the question regarding your scam? Hi, Matthew. I don't see a question. Are you still there? I'm sorry, I can't pronounce the first name. Nimathahula. Sorry. Gemseed. What is the question? Okay, put it in the question corner if you miss. No, it's all about you talking to people who may be able to help you. That's how it goes, because you can't do that by Google, because you just get 200 million people, and you know, all of them want your money, you know, so that's a little tough. Oh, this charity. I definitely need that information because I want to utilize the experience of working and living in a low-income housing. Oh, great, somebody. Yeah, make an appointment with somebody at your local, you know, what is it? Community Development Block Grant, right? That's what it is. Make that. They probably have seminars and everything to teach you how to apply to their money. Okay, your microphone is picking up a lot of static and rubbing noises. It's being Anybody else hear that? Sunday credit boost by Megan. Yes, Sarah. Afternoon. Good afternoon, Tammy Larson. Hi, Tammy. Charity, thank you so. Michelle, thank you. You're good now. Earlier you were good now. I wonder why. Who knows what evil lurks in the heart of men? Something is on or around your mind. Well, I have I have 3 or 4 things going on. It was your paper. Oh, I see. Maybe this stuff. Yeah. Okay, let me go, guys. I gotta go. Goodbye, Joe. I'll try to maybe check in tonight to see if there's any more questions. Okay. When in doubt, leave it at the question corner. Okay, and we do it there. Okay, and hope to see you tomorrow. Can you give her hello? Tammy and Charity, thank you. Okay, my dear friends, thank you for being wonderful. I was doing a treatment. That sounds, what's a treatment? Love you all, thank you so much.